As we continue to look at local and law enforcement agencies, you did or in the process of doing or need to do that's due Thursday a Pear Deck that is self-paced, and that is assignment 20 in classroom. The self-paced Pear Deck that you need to do. The Modern Marvels Forensic Science movie. Some of you need to get that done. A few of you that was the questions based on forensics. Then we moved on into looking at state and local law enforcement after we've looked at some elements of criminal investigation with Locard's exchange principle, some of the fundamental arrest procedures, and so on. We'll come back to those due process procedures as we continue along here. But when we had done state and local law enforcement, and it's just a Pear Deck, answer some questions, nothing else to do there. A lot of you finished the notebook, thank you. But what we're going to do for the next couple of days, I'm not going to post anything until next Wednesday, actually, is we were doing this in class, obviously, but now we're going to modify this for online. Federal law enforcement agencies. We've looked at state and local. I did some introduction to state and local. Now we're going to look at federal ones at the national level. There are a lot of them. In order to facilitate this process, you're going to present like I'm doing right now on a screencast, and post that. Other people may look at that. I've got thinking about an activity where you're going to look at some of them. But for right now, here's the process. And it's laid out here. You're going to examine this list of law enforcement agencies on the Google Sheet. So there's a Google Sheet that's attached to the assignment, if it ever comes up. And it shows you the different ones you can do. There are many of them starting, and the ones that the ATF, Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms, Drug Enforcement Agency, the Federal Protective Service, Secret Service. Secret Service protects the president and other dignitaries. IRS even has a criminal investigations division. You can think about what that might be for the IRS. Obviously, I'm doing this the day before tax day. Well, the day before tax day was extended because of COVID-19, but the Marshal Service is people that transport prisoners, CIA, so on, Capitol Police. They solely group to protect the Capitol. A group that solely protects the Capitol. If you want to look at these, Google search them. Their websites come up to preview. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these. Private message me which one you want to do. Private message me right in classroom which one you want to do. I'll respond to you as quickly as I can. If I don't respond, look on this sheet tomorrow, and I'll send a reminder out when I have it done. Look on this sheet tomorrow to see where I placed you. Give me your first and second choice for which law enforcement agency you might want. Notice your names are down here as I get ready to paste them in. Hopefully you'll get at least your first or second choice. The rubric, if it comes up, looks like this. You're going to, in a slideshow or in a Prezi, if you know how to use Prezi, it'd be nice. You're going to list the official website, fully explain at least 3 law enforcement responsibilities, and combination of 3 facts for 6 total elements, right? These can be, and I'm just going to boldface underline this, 6 total. Can be a combination of law enforcement responsibilities and facts, but should be at least 3 law enforcement responsibilities or facts. You can have 5 different law enforcement responsibilities, any combination as long as you have 3 law enforcement responsibilities. And then 2 test questions can be fill in the blank, can be a matching, can be multiple choice that you're asking with answers. So you present it like I do on the Pear Deck. That would, whoops, my thing just slid there. Present it like you do on the Pear Deck. That would be the best option, like I did on the self-paced Pear Deck. Presentation quality. It's attractive with visuals related to the examples, not just a bunch of plain slides. 24-point font. More slides is better. I can't say that enough. This is the biggest thing I nick people for. More slides is better. You can consider please using like I said, a something other than Google Slides, you can use Google Slides. It's fine. Clear successful integration of Screencastify. It might take you a couple of times to get it. I cannot tell you, and I do, and obviously with this situation going on, I do 3 or 4 of these on Tuesdays and Thursdays or and Sundays, or even sometimes on Mondays. I did one last night for World History. I do a lot of these screencasts. Sometimes it takes a second to get it. Right now, there's a 5-minute limit with it. If you end up going over 5 minutes, you can make a part 2 of the screencast and upload it, or you can actually ask for a extension. They should give you an extension on Screencast. It should prompt you to ask for an extension, because now with the situation, Screencastify is giving unlimited time, and you can go in and put in for an unlimited account. It should come up when you do that. So the first thing, I've got a tutorial. I'm going to make a separate tutorial on Screencast because some of you have used it. Those of you who had me for World, I think, have used it. Well, yeah, those of you who had me for World, the half of you that have had me for World, or maybe not because I've used this before. There's a brief tutorial. There is the how to download the app if you don't have it. Hopefully it will tell you. If not, you can do a search for COVID-19 free Screencastify to get more than 5 minutes if you think you'll need more than 5 minutes of talk. If not, it's perfectly fine to do 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. That's okay too, as I mentioned. So the investigation, and so there is the rubric, clear integration of Screencast into it. This is going to be a test project weight. It was in class when I did it, so it will continue to be a test project weight. What do these look like? Okay, I'm not going to post these because obviously it's too easy, but I'll show you some examples in the video. So here's somebody last time I taught this class, who did the Postal Inspection Service. And yes, I did these groups in class, but also I had more requirements. So I've narrowed down the requirements. Obviously, it's not in your situation, it's not practical to do it in groups. So I had to modify this in such a way that you're doing this separately, but there's a lot less requirements. So like somebody did the Federal Protective Service, Emily and McKenna and Ruby did the Federal Protective Service, and they last year, and if it comes up on my screen, sometimes the Screencastify doesn't like multiple windows. You won't have that problem, as you'll just be doing one. They have responsibilities and nice bullets. They could have used a few more graphics, maybe put a different background in the slides. But other than that, they had a nice background and gave some test questions with the answers. These guys did a nice job with their background and their information. They could have done some bullets, a little better job with the bullets. They did for the most part. So there was a couple of places where they didn't use the bullets. What did they do? ATF, and they had responsibilities and some facts of them, and they also, notice how they listed their website here. So that is what the examples look like if you're looking. Let me right now see if I can find it really fast. Otherwise, I'm not gonna continue. COVID-19 free Screencastify. Did come up, yeah. So it might not be for you, all impacted educators. I don't know if you guys will be able to get it. If not, then you can just use the 5 minutes. Yours might not take longer than 5 minutes anyways. So they might not give it to you if you're not an educator. So if not, just make two. If you end up going over 5 minutes, just make 2 recordings if necessary. So again, if you forget what these are, so the presentation is due next Wednesday night, 4/22. I probably will post something on Wednesday as we start moving along here with either new types of crimes and technology, or some other notes as we go along here. There'll be something else, but no new lessons or activities for Friday, for Monday. This is it until next Wednesday. So I'm doing this for the next week to be able to facilitate this for you. So again, this is what you're doing. A slideshow, you're presenting it. Just attach your screencast here. Your screencast and your slides. Okay, I can't say that enough. And I'll put this in here as well. Attach your screencast and your slides. I'll make a change on there because I noticed that shouldn't. I'll put it right here. You need to attach your screencast and your slides to the assignment. Okay, any questions? Remind, email, again, private message, which one you want tomorrow, by Thursday, or preferably today. I'm posting this at 9 a.m. You'll see it. The faster you private message me, the better chance that you'll get your choice. This other thing gives a list of them. Again, if you're looking for a preview of what they're about, you do a quick Google search. You can look at their site and see what they're about. I probably will have, there will be a couple where I will allow for 2 people to do it, but that will be the maximum, because they need to all get covered. So if I don't hear from you, or if you don't get your first or second choice, you may get assigned. Hopefully that won't be the case, but if give me your first and second choice, because if you don't get your first choice, I'll try to drop you into your second. If not, I may have to assign you, depending on how the situation goes. Okay. And then don't forget, I have office hours, on the Zoom conference, and 9 to 12 Thursday, and then 9 to 12 Tuesday as well. I may or may not send it a reminder, but the link is right up here in Classroom. Okay, so don't forget too that the Pear Deck for state and local law enforcement is due tomorrow, and then the Modern Marvels, if those of you that not get that done, is now overdue. Okay, that's it for now. I know that was a lot. If you don't know how to use the Screencastify, there's another tutorial attached in that Assignment 21 that explains that to you after you click on the link to download the extension of the app, and it should be up here in your menu options once you've done that.